It's a new 2K, so we have a new builder. I don't want you all to struggle for hours, kind of like we did. So I'm gonna break it all down for you in this video. So let's go ahead and get into it. First off, if you want to see more NBA 2K23, be sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe. You definitely want to stick around because I'm dropping NBA 2K23 heavy. So in this video, I'm going over the builder. I'm going to break down every little thing just to help you all out. So of course, we get started with the height, weight, wingspan, and the body shape. Now, if you made a MyPlayer before, this process is pretty much the same. Of course, it's been tweaked a little bit, but you know what time it is, man. Depending on what your height is, it affects the attributes. And you can see what attributes they affect on the right side of the screen. So I do want to say NBA 2K23 is not like NBA 2K22. And that's from a gameplay perspective and a builder perspective. So things that worked in 22 doesn't work in 23. In the build videos I'm gonna post, you're going to ask D-Man, why are you doing this? But you have to understand this builder is way more strict than previous builders. So definitely try to forget everything you know about NBA 2K22 when you jump into 23. So once again, height, weight, wingspan, they still affect attributes. So you definitely want to take your time with this builder and you want to understand how you play NBA 2K or how you want to play NBA 2K, because this is a role player game, I promise you. It reminds me of NBA 2K17, man. So if you like the NBA 2K17 builder and that MyPlayer process, you'll definitely end up liking this one. One thing I will say is this: I think that this 2K will be a bigger 2K in terms of MyPlayer heights. If you're struggling making a smaller build that you want to make, go to a taller build and see what you can do with that. You might be surprised and you might be a little bit more satisfied also. Of course, you're sacrificing speed, acceleration when you do that, but you're gaining a lot more just from what I played. So let me go ahead and jump into the stats, man. In previous 2Ks, this was already tough, but on 2K23 specifically, it is really tough to build the MyPlayer you want to build. Like I said before, it's a role-playing 2K17 style. So first off, before we get into the badges, let's talk about the attributes, all right? I can't tell you what build to make. I can kind of give you a guide and I can kind of give you a template, but I can't give you your exact build because we all play differently, right? But I can help you out a little bit and let you know what type of 2K I think this will be based off the tweets from Mike Wayne, the devs, and also my playtime. So when you hover over a certain attribute, you will see that some are yellow, some are white. The yellows are the ones that are tied into each other. So let's say I wanted to increase close shot. Once I hit a certain threshold, everything you see in yellow would go up automatically and raise your overall. And that makes it tough because on 2K23, more attributes are tied into each other. And so your overall goes up a lot faster. So I will say with finishing, I do believe that this is a finishing 2K. You're able to lay the ball up easily. You're able to dunk the ball without getting blocked. If you leave layup timing on, you get a boost. Of course, post control felt very important in this 2K if you're a big. This might be a rare 2K where we're able to upgrade driving layup over driving dunk. And when I say it out loud, it sounds crazy because of previous 2Ks, but I'm telling you, that's how 23 played, man. You can have driving layup in a lower dunk, but you know me, slasher game, we're always going with the higher dunk. Speaking of which, if you want to see the contact dunk requirements, I'll put them up on the screen because you'll definitely want to have that handy. So now let's talk about shooting. D-Man, what should I upgrade my shooting to green consistently? Mike Wayne looked us in our eyes and said he's tired of these shooting 2Ks, all right? So for the most part, I believe the devs want this to be a 2K where we shoot around 60 or 65% from the field, which is considerably lower than what we're used to. I mean, everything we hear about shooting on NBA 2K23 lets us know that this will be a difficult game to shoot on. And I'm talking about for the entire fan base, casuals and all. Because if you're watching this video, as soon as it comes up, you're looking for it, you might be a sweat, okay? So you might not have anything to worry about, but from a casual perspective, it will be a tougher game to shoot on. If you white, the shot might not fall as much as it did on 2K22. For one, there's no sniper, thank God. And 2, the devs want there to be a skill gap when it comes to shooting. And I like that. So I will say overall, 85, I was still cashing out as much as I wanted to, as much as I expected. Now, I'm not saying you need to have an 85. I'm just saying don't expect to be smacking threes with a 60 or 70. You know what I mean? If you want to be smacking threes like we're used to, expect to be in the high 80s, low 90s. And if you want to OD, you can go up to the high 90s, but at the same time, you probably don't want to once you start filling out this attribute chart. Now let's talk about playmaking. Playmaking is really important in NBA 2K23, mainly pass accuracy, because there is no bullet passer, man. So the speed of your passes are directly tied into pass accuracy. And trust me when I say this, you do not want to have a low pass accuracy, especially if you're anything between the 1 through 3. I'm saying around the 70 pass accuracy to get you started. If you're a point guard, definitely like 90, bro. Trust me when I say this, you don't want to get caught lacking with a bad pass accuracy. It happened to me, it happened to other commentators, and it wasn't pretty, bro. When it comes to ball handle, this got changed also. If you want the Curry slide or the Trae Young escape, you're going to need that 92 ball handle. You also get to unlock some animations at 90. So if you're a point guard that likes to dribble in ISO, 90 is definitely what you're looking for, at least at the bare minimum. If you're a tweener like me, like I don't want to be a slow dribbling guard or wing, but I don't need the elite. I'm still trying to find that window. I don't know if I need to be around the 85 or 86 still. I know some people just kick it at 75, but that'll be interesting to find out. Of course, speed with ball, always important if you're moving with the ball a lot. Defense and rebounding. Of course, if you're big, you want to go with some interior defense. That's just how it goes. Not much has changed with the stat. The interior defense overall is better on 23. So that was good to see. Overall with defense and rebounding, stat-wise, not gameplay-wise, but stat-wise, not much has changed, all right? If you upgraded it in 2K22, 2K21, whatever, you're gonna need it in 2K23. I will say the main change is the block, all right? So on 2K22, you upgraded to 57, got bronze chase down, boom, you're LeBron James. It's not like that anymore. I would say like, if you can't get silver or gold chase down, don't even touch block. You feel me? That's how I feel. I feel like it's better to have no chase down and keep those points over bronze chase down. Now let's talk about physicals. Physicals are important because once again, you hit 99 way faster. So you might have to sacrifice a little vertical, a little speed, acceleration, a little strength, depending on what you're making. Just keep in mind that speed and acceleration are not speed with ball, all right? Speed and acceleration is mainly for getting up and down court without the ball. So if you're somebody that doesn't have the ball a lot, maybe you sacrifice a little speed and acceleration. That's what I do, man. If you're a point guard and you feel like you have to sacrifice something, just make sure your speed with ball is higher, okay? That's how you're gonna be moving. So now I wanna go over some badge thresholds. Pause the video where you need to. You can see what you need for bronze, what you need for silver, gold, and Hall of Fame. Keep in mind, just because a badge is in tier 3 for this build, doesn't mean that it'll be a tier 3 badge for another build. For example, Posterizer is a tier 3 badge for this build, but for another build, it may be a tier 2 badge. But what you need to unlock Hall of Fame, gold, etc., that stays the same. And for the most part, Hall of Fame badges are for specialty builds. Pretty much the builds that are equivalent to peers in 19, those are the builds that would get Hall of Fame badges in 2K23. So don't expect to have a lot of Hall of Fame badges. Don't expect to have a lot of badges in general. You see Limitless Takeoff, another important badge. 79 for silver, 86 for gold, 96 for Hall of Fame. And it's a tier 3 badge. So you got to spend 10 badge points to have a chance to have a tier 3 badge on Hall of Fame. We'll talk more about it later, but that's why I said, like, if people are trying to convince you to make a build centered around one badge, like Bully or Posterizer, they don't want the best for you, fam. We have Slithery, where you need a 99 driving layup or a 98 driving dunk. So somebody like me, I'm not gonna have Hall of Fame Slithery. And then of course, the important badge for finishing, Posterizer. 99 driving dunk. For Hall of Fame, 93 for gold, 85 for silver. No cap, most of my builds are going to have silver posterizer, and we're just going to have to make it work. Heading over to the shooting badges, once again, just pause where you need to in order to see some of these thresholds. Claymore and Guard Up are pretty good badges in my opinion, and the good thing is you don't have to have it in the 90s in order to have a Hall of Fame. So maybe this is one of your Hall of Fame badges, even if it's in tier 1. Just being real with you, most of the time Deadeye would be a tier 3 badge. So do you go for a badge like Deadeye on bronze, or do you keep those points and go for Guard Up on Hall of Fame? Those are things you need to think about. So let me go ahead and skip over some of these badges. Like, it's no way you're looking for clutch shooter and slippery off ball. Let's be for real for a second. All right, so going to corner specialist, 89 for Hall of Fame, which isn't bad at all. I'm a corner sitter in Pro-Am, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. Like I said before, I do believe the tier 3 badges are important, but you might be able to get away with having high tier 2 badges or really high tier 1 badges. When it comes to tier 3 and shooting, in this case, I do believe Limitless Range is the badge you should go for. I mean, you have Chef and Limitless Spot Up in one badge, so that's super powerful. I think Agent 3 and Blinders and Deadeye, those are for the people that have a specific playstyle, mainly for the high level and competitive players that like to fade. And honestly, you can still green some fades in this game, so be on the lookout for that. But of course, with Agent 3 and Blinders, those are for the more competitive people that have people on their sides a lot. Limitless Range and Deadeye, you know, Deadeye is really for stand still people that have people jumping at them from the front. And of course, Limitless Range, once again, I just think that's a powerful badge. So when it comes to shooting badges, like, you just have to pick and choose. It depends on your play style. Do you shoot off the dribble a lot? Do you stand hash? Are you a secondary ball handler? Are you a corner sitter? It's really up to you, but I just want you to see these thresholds because it's gonna be tough. If you're a guard build, you're probably used to being really good at 3 of these categories, and then you'll get caught lacking in one of them. Most of the time, guards get caught lacking in the finishing, for example. But let me tell you, on 2K23, you will excel at 1 position for sure. 2, if you get your balancing right. But the rest of your build, man, you gonna get caught lacking. Like I said before, it's a role-playing builder, so just be prepared for that. I think it's gonna be kind of rattling when you see it for yourself, because I can say it over and over again, it means nothing. But once you see it, you'll say, okay, D-Man, I see what you were talking about. So when it comes to Limitless Range, they want you to have a 99 3-point shot. I don't recommend it, mainly because 99 3-point shot, you're not gonna get a lot of other attribute points, all right? So jumping into Playmaking, Ankle Breaker is actually a easy badge to get Hall of Fame. We have 81 ball handle for Hall of Fame Ankle Breaker. And I wonder how that would work, because I think any and everybody will have 81 ball handle. Well, anybody that's a guard at least. Maybe even some wings. Like, a lot of people are gonna have Hall of Fame Ankle Breaker. I just hope I'm not slipping and sliding all over the place personally, man. I don't wanna be out here getting embarrassed. We have Vice Grip, which is a new badge. So my bids that are tired of getting rebounds and instantly getting spammed by those lockdowns or guards that just reach for no reason, Vice Grip is the badge for you. 91 post control, that's why I said post control is pretty important. I feel like I would want all my bids to rock this badge. Once again, quick first step. Quick first step is actually wild on NBA 2K23. So you can see you have 3 different ways to get quick first step on bronze, silver, gold, or Hall of Fame. Post control, ball handle, or speed with ball. Personally, I'll probably get it through speed with ball. I will be able to rock gold quick first step. And so I was questioning earlier, you know, I don't know where to put my ball handle, but I'm gonna leave it around 85, 86 for this badge specifically. You know, I probably won't have the best animations, but I'll be able to take somebody off the dribble. You all know I like to work out in a triple threat, so that'll be cool. But I wanted to show quick first step because, I mean, it's an important badge, all right? This badge is stamped in NBA 2K. So next up, we have tier 3 badges for this specific build. Once again, the tier 3 badges do change depending on your build, but the threshold for bronze, silver, gold, and Hall of Fame doesn't. Once again, I feel bad for the point guards out here. You have to choose between 4 really good badges. And normally I could point you in the right direction at least. But with this, I don't even know where you go with it. I feel like you need every single one of these badges. But realistically, when we start off, you'll only be able to get about 2 of these tier 3 badges. If you're able to get 3 at a high level, you missed your build up. All right, that's all. That's all I'm saying. All right, but realistically, 1 or 2 at a high level. And so you pretty much have to flip a coin right here. I feel bad if you're a point guard. If you're a point guard and you feel like 2K is kind of picking on you, they kind of are, man. I told you, man. Everybody is tired of the left, right, tired of the Curry slide, Trae Young escape. Everybody's tired of it, including the devs. And so this is their way of balancing that. So just keep in mind, once again, you don't want to make a build centered around a badge. You're saying, oh, okay, 97 ball handle, easy. 99 ball handle for a couple Hall of Fame badges, cool. Wait till you see what your defense will be at if you do that. All right? Hey, I'm just trying to help you out, fam. Once again, when it comes to defense, I think defense is the thing that stayed the most consistent when it comes to attributes and badges. So for the most part, if you used it on 2K22, you're going to want to use it on 2K23. Well, everything except chase down artists. Once again, chase down artists got put in the dirt next to Zuri. I'd rather have no chase down artist over bronze, but that's just me. I feel like if it's not gold or Hall of Fame, it's not really worth it. When it comes to clamps, if you're a pure lockdown, you're going to need clamps and you're going to have it on Hall of Fame. You might be able to get a couple of these badges Hall of Fame for the most part. I will say glove is a great badge. So if you can, definitely go for clamps, definitely go for glove. No matter what tier they're in for your build, I think these are really important badges. So once again, we will be forced to make decisions. It's going to be tough because a lot of builds won't have interceptor. If they do have it, it'll probably be on silver. So it'll be interesting to see how interceptor works out in 2K23. But overall, like I said before, defense and rebounding badge wise are pretty consistent. And I only say that because on NBA 2K23, paint defense is better overall. Perimeter defense, better overall also. So I don't want y'all to think that defense is the same in that aspect. But from a badge standpoint and a stat standpoint, if you used it on 2K22, definitely use it on 2K23. Not only that, but according to all the testing and everybody that's played the game, defense is favored over offense right now. And all I need for 2K to do is just stick to their guns, man. Kind of make sure, like, if we're going that way, it stays that way. But we'll see. Y'all know how that goes. So now let's talk about selecting badges, man, because let me tell you, this might be the toughest part. You're going to spend a lot of time with your height, weight, and wingspan alone. Attributes always take a good amount of time, but normally we fly through the badges, right? Nah, man, 2K23 feels like the first game where you actually have to test your badges, and you have to make sure your attributes are set up right for your badges, bro. It's insane, man. When I tell you that this builder is kind of tough, at least for right now, because it's new in the game, it's just now coming out, right? But I feel like this builder is kind of tough, man. First off, you see for the tier 3 badges, you have to spend 10 points between 1 and 2. So first off, depending on what you make, you may not even be able to unlock a tier 3 badge. That sounds insane. Also, you may end up spending badge points on things you don't even want just to unlock a tier 3 badge. That's tough. Also, even if you can unlock tier 3 badges, do you just get high level tier 2 badges and tier 1 badges? I don't know. It depends on how the game plays. And obviously we have to wait until, you know, a month in to really figure out what badges are good, what badges are bad. Are there any badges we could just rock out on bronze? You know, it always takes a while to figure out those type of things. So it's going to be a lot of testing. But I will say, if you make the equivalent of a pure build, like, you know, you want to be a pure lockdown or a pure sharp, I think you're going to be satisfied with your build count. I'll show a build later. I was able to get 1 Hall of Fame tier 3 badge and 2 gold tier 3 badges. So people like that, I think they're going to dominate NBA 2K23. But at the same time, Mike Wayne came out and said that, you know, badges don't mean that much. So we'll have to see how much they mean. I also want to put an emphasis on core badges, because core badges are the most important part of the badge system in NBA 2K23. A core badge is essentially a free badge. You just have to do challenges to unlock that badge. And the best thing is, it doesn't take away from your badge points. So I don't know if it's as simple as it sounds, but what most of us were doing is we look at our tier 3 badges, we look at the highest tier of our tier 3 badges, and if we can afford it, we just core badge that bad boy and keep the rest of our points. And most of us just use that on another tier 3 badge. So that's how you will get multiple tier 3 badges if you can afford them. Once again, it works out better if you're more of a peer build, but if you're an in-between build like I am, you know, I play off ball, I play hash, I play in the corner, you may be able to get a couple of tier 3 badges, whether they're silver or bronze. The most important thing is you have a tier 3 badge. Now, once again, we'll figure out if it's better to have high tier 1 and tier 2 badges over a low tier 3 badge. But right now, I think these tier 3 badges are way too important. But you know, we'll see, man, we'll see. And that's all I really wanted to talk about when it comes to adding badges. All right, just be careful on what you pick. If you do want tier 3 badges, you have to spend 10 of your badge points to unlock that category. And never, ever forget to equip your core badge. All right, your core badge is gonna come in clutch. To end the video, don't forget the tester is 5v5 and 3v3 now. I imagine most people would just go to 3v3 and run rampant in there, but I like having this 3v3 option in the MyPlayer build tester. So I know this video was information overload, but I hope I was able to help you all out a little bit. Definitely stay tuned for more NBA 2K23 because I'll have a lot dropping before release. You all be easy and take care. Peace.